Pledge of Allegiance to the Texas Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right, next up is public comments and announcements. Public comment I have is that there was a contractor who was boring in front of Bridgepoint / Peninsula and hit our main water line, and it appears that at least this time the Laguna Madre Water District has announced they don't know when water is getting turned off and they don't know when it will be restored. My best guesstimate is maybe around 4:30 or so, but that's just a guess. Anybody else from the board have any public comments or announcements? All right, hearing none. Anybody from staff have any public comments or announcements? Anyone from the audience have any public comments or announcements? All right, we'll close public comments and announcements and we'll move to regular agenda. We'll go to 4.1, which is discussion and action to acknowledge the submission of the 2022 to 23 proposed budget to comply with the 60-day requirements of the City of South Padre Island Home Rule Charter, Section 5.02. Rodrigo, how are you doing today?
Good, sir. Good afternoon, everybody, council members. As the mayor was saying, we're here just to formally submit the budget, Section 502. We need to do it 60 days prior to the beginning of the fiscal year. And we went through some meetings, 3 to be more specific. That's, we talk about all the budgets, and the discussion took place in June and July. So the only 2 changes that I have for you compared to what we presented to you during June and July, we only have 2 changes. One is we have an increase in workers' comp cost for fire and police, about $14,000. We have been notified by TML of a 20% increase on workers' comp, so we're adding that to the budget. And then an adjustment on the property tax revenue, a decrease of $566,000 on the general fund, and the church $32,000. And I'm going to explain that in the next slide. But basically, for your information, even after this adjustment, the proposed budget has about $800,000 on revenues in excess of expenditures. In layman terms, it's a profit of $800,000 on the general fund. So here's what happened. The existing rate, the property tax rate, is $31,3740. On the first budget workshop, council instructed to keep that rate. But
As long as it didn't.
As long as it's within the range.
Right.
Correct. So we got the certified values last week. So we work in conjunction with the tax office. And the maximum rate that city council can adopt without having an election, it's 2891.43, which is the voter approval tax rate. So we adjust all the budget, everything that is related to property tax revenue, under the assumption that this is the tax rate that is going to be adopted. That represents, like I was showing before, about a $600,000 reduction. The other tax rate that needs to be calculated based on state law is the no new tax revenue rate, which is roughly 2 cents less, a little bit more than 2 cents, than the proposed property tax rate. And that's the rate that's going to give you the same amount of money that we're collecting this year. So the next steps, we already discussed the budget, like I said, in three times already, went in detail. So the next few steps are some public hearings and on August the 17th for the tax rate and the budget, and the voting actually of the budget and the tax rate on the same date after the public hearings, and the second reading will be on September the 1st. So that's it. That's the summary of the 2 changes basically and the property tax rates calculations.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody who has any questions? Okay, is there a motion to acknowledge the submission of the 2022-23 proposed budget?
Make that motion.
Second.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And I forgot to mention, we're going to pull item 4.6 from this meeting today. So next we'll move to 4.2, which is discussion and action to approve resolution number 2022-14 by the City Council of the City of South Padre Island to approve the proposed tax rate for the notice of the meeting to vote on the 2022 tax rate. Rodrigo?
So I have to advertise in the newspaper how you feel about the tax rate. That's a state law requirement, so I just need a roll call vote on that.
Yes.
Please.
Is there a motion to approve resolution number 2022-14?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay.
I'll ask a question. Sure, there's plenty of money.
The maximum we can get right now, but I think that, you know, as we seem to always spend about $800,000 a year in excess
Yeah.
reserves, so it's not going to be going into a savings account. But-
Not with inflation.
No, definitely not that with a $55,000 a month gas bill. All right, since it's a roll call vote, I'm gonna call all, in favor, Ken,
Aye.
Joe,
Aye.
aye, Eva Jean,
Aye.
motion approves.
Thank you.
We'll do the 4.3, which is discussion and action to approve the first reading of ordinance number 22-05, amending Chapter 2 of the Code of Ordinance, the City of South Padre Island by providing for the change or establishment of all fees imposed for services by the city.
I hope you recall the first time we talked about the budget and we talked about the fee ordinances. There's just one addition, just to charge for advertising on the buses. We're trying to, get additional funding for transportation. We'll have some screens on the buses as well as the multimodal. So that's basically the only addition that we have.
Okay. I've got one question.
Yes.
Do we have the fire truck, the
Beach truck.
beach truck? Do we have a fee for that, for the hourly rental in that proposed deal? Okay.
We can add it at any
The brush truck.
Yeah. Yeah, we can add it at any time. We don't have to follow the budget schedule. So we can.
Okay,
we can-
yes, if we can work on something for that, that would be great. So, all right. Anybody else have any discussion or questions to ask? All right, hearing none. Is there a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 22-05, amending Chapter 2 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of South Padre Island?
Motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Next up is 4.4, which is discussion and action to accept the submission of the capital improvement plan as required by section 5.09 of the Home Rule Charter. Wendy, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Hi, Mayor, City Council, Wendy Delgado, Director of Operations for the city. I'm here today, as per the Home Rule Charter, to submit the 5-year capital improvement plan. Thank you to Nikki for presenting it in my absence the last time. She reviewed the projects with you all. We do have one change from the last time, and it's related to the calendar here. We were, on the first presentation, we were scheduled to publish in the paper on July the 14th, and then we have to let a 2-week span go before we can have a public hearing, but unfortunately, the publication did not make the paper. So then we had to contact them and have them post it on the 21st. So we did change that here officially, which then we had to move the public hearing from August 3rd to the 17th now. Normally, we would have had the public hearing next Wednesday, but now you won't see that come back until the 17th. But other than that, it's the same exact document. Everything is the same that was presented, and we just needed a motion for your acceptance today.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. We'll go to 4.5, which is discussion and possible action to approve the second and final reading of ordinance number 22-04, amending chapter 11 by adding section 11-300 to 11-301, prohibiting the renting, leasing, or subleasing of only a swimming pool or a spa without renting or leasing of an overnight stay in districts A, B2, and E. Okay, all right. Is,
Motion to approve.
Second.
okay, is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed?
No.
Motion carries. Since we pulled 4.6, due to the lack of people here, we will move to adjourned. Thank you all and have a great day.